babies belong outside
Okay.
of a car.
I have a baby.
You do.
Brown baby boy. Just kidding. Some poop jokes, mama.
Oh, it's a poop
Get
joke.
with it. Oh my God.
It's got little corn eyes
She
and a
went,
green
"Duh,
bean
you're
smile."
black. Of
Okay,
course
okay,
your
no,
baby's
back it
brown.
up. We're talking about poo now. This
Again.
episode is gone
Far.
Okay, so what did we end on? Welcome back to The Pit Stop, the only official recap show for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18. I'm your host, Bianca Del Rio, and today I am joined by a real winner. No, I mean she actually won the show, so I guess I'll save my jokes for next week's guest. Please welcome Jaida Essence Hall.
Hello. I'm so glad to be back, sister.
I'm glad to see you. Now, when was the last time you were here? Was it with me?
It was with you, and I kind of accidentally stole your mug. Still in his cup.
Yeah, we got this. Take the cup. Oh, yes, the coffee mug. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
it's broken.
That's why we have two here for you today.
Oh, wow.
No payment, just a mug.
Oh, thank you.
No, I'm glad you're here. How is life?
Juicy.
Probably not the best time to take a sip, but you
Not
did
the
it
best
anyway.
time, but I did it anyway. It's juicy. Literally, I'm doing great. As you can see, I look good.
You do look good.
I don't feel good, but if you look the part, nobody knows better.
What do you mean? What's going on with you?
Nothing. Just like to complain. You know,
As a drag queen, it's a requirement to complain.
It's okay. How's your
truly
morning?
is.
Terrible,
Horrible.
girl.
But think of it this way. One day you won't wake up. Bad morning for you, great morning for us. So what's new in the life? What's going on?
I woke up, so that's a I woke up. I think that's a good sign. No, I'm living in Vegas. I'm having a great time.
Yes.
It's a new home for me. As you know, I lived in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so Vegas is a big change.
How long have you been there now?
At this point now, it's been like 4 years because I was kind of like I was doing Drag Race Live, so I was like working a lot,
Yes.
touring a lot, and I was like, it's easy to fly from there,
Of
so
course.
it's easy to get home. So like, I think it's probably makes sense to kind of like make this my kind of like permanent spot for a while, but I didn't think I would be there 4 years, but here we are.
Well, you know what? I didn't think I'd be alive for 4 hours. Since you brought up Vegas, I have to tell you,
Yes.
Corey King was here last week.
I know him.
Okay, well, you know what he said about you?
He's a gorgeous woman.
From a distance with a glass eye. But he said, and I don't like to talk shit about people.
Okay.
You know me, and you know
Okay,
that
yes.
we're close, so I just want you to know
okay.
this is the business he's been putting on the street about you.
I believe
Corey said that you have the dirtiest makeup station at Drag Race Live. Who has got the messiest makeup station?
Me. It's me.
Is that true?
That bitch is a motherfucking lie. Now I'll tell you, this.
Take
Which
a minute.
part?
Take
Okay.
a minute. Now listen, just so you know, before you answer this,
Okay.
even if your station is ugly, you look pretty today, okay?
The thing about it is that life is sometimes rushed. I like to rush. Out to the bar after the gig. I don't have time to set my station back up after I've painted myself at the end of a long, hard evening of performing on stage. Maybe if Corey put in more work on that stage, she would understand that. I don't have any energy left to clean my station. I'm tired. I leave it all out on that floor. And then what's left of me, I have for the bar.
Thank you for your beautiful statement.
You're welcome. Drinks half off.
All right, Jaida, you've been watching season 18, so I have to ask you right now, who are you rooting for?
Ooh, okay, well, I'll tell you this. Right now, I'm the type of girl, I'm just waiting to see what happens. I'm always the type of bitch that I don't put all my eggs in one basket.
So you're not like into sports where you're like, this team is gonna win no matter
no.
what. Okay.
I don't do that. What do they call it? Sports book?
Sure.
I don't want to waste my money gambling on things.
Well, and not to mention, I've had this conversation with people before, is that when you're watching the show, did something fall off of you?
My earring.
I had this conversation with
Oh, where'd it go? Bitch, you falling apart.
Bitch.
Put a little glue on that too. Go ahead.
I'm a real boy! Oh boy!
If you're Pinocchio, I'm Geppetto.
In the middle of sex. God damn it, could you hand me my I'm sorry. I'm falling apart!
Okay.
I'm not rooting for anyone in particular. Let me tell you that.
Why, you hate them all?
How do you know what's in my head all the time?
No.
Are you Jesus?
Could be. When it comes to the girls that are there, there's
Yeah.
no one in the back of your mind that you're going, she's gonna take it.
I really like Mikey.
Yes, yes,
I
yes,
do
yes.
I love Jane. I said plain Jane, bitch.
Oh yeah, the other Jane.
The
Yeah.
other Jane. Plain
other
Jane,
Jane.
don't. Plain Jane don't play.
That's it.
And also Jane, I'm like, I feel like throughout this competition, as we see all of the everybody has all these wins are all spread out.
Sure.
I think everybody's doing a great job. So I feel like at this point, this is gonna be one of those seasons where we just have to wait and see what happens at the end.
Well, let's get into it. Queens are back in the workroom after last week's elimination. And what do you think about this top 5?
I think the top 5 is cool. They have wacky hats.
Oh yeah, they got
They're
their little
wearing hats
on.
today. But I think this is a good top 5. I think everybody in this top 5 has been strong so far. Not everyone is the most comically led
No.
queens.
No, no.
But we do have, I feel like we have a great amount of comedians. I feel like Mikey is an amazing comedian.
Yes.
I think Darlene is a ridiculous, amazing comedian.
A funny person.
But I think she doesn't fully, at this point, at least in the competition, it feels like she is not aware of exactly how funny she is. You know what I mean?
I think that's what makes her charming.
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
why
makes
you
her
love
really
it.
likable. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like those people that don't try that hard. You know, somebody
Yeah.
who just naturally seems to be funny and endearing, which is a great
Yeah.
trait to have. Yeah.
She's a sexy guy.
But
too.
okay.
That was random.
All right. What was I gonna say?
Sex.
No, I wasn't saying sex. The was I talking about? Okay. Oh, all right. How did you? You'll fix this in post because I have.
I love Post. My favorite cereal brand.
Post.
Yes.
I remember that little lady that used to do the Honey Bunches of Oats commercial with the little hairnet. She goes,
Did she have diabetes? Wasn't
Did
it
she
like
die?
I don't know.
No, Honey
It's
Bunches
like
of
they're like
Oats? Did she die?
Yeah, it's like it like lowers your heart something.
No, but she was in the commercial. She had the little glasses. She looked like Urkel, and she had like the
okay.
little
So
cap on her
she
head.
wasn't trying to be heart healthy. I don't know if it was maybe a heart diabetes is not a heart thing, right? Is it?
No, it's the sugar.
Okay, yeah, okay. Woo.
Anyway, how did you feel when you looked around the room and realized there was only
I love
5
sugar.
queens left?
I felt this is. I feel like when you are at Drag Race,
Talk to
there
me.
always comes to this moment where when you're sitting in the room, you realize
This is it.
this is it. This is the final moment. And so, watching the episode and I seeing all 5 girls walking, I'm like, the room is quite empty. This is it. This is it. And I think today was that day.
It's happened twice for me. The first time I walked in, I thought, oh wait, I'm actually in the TV. That's what I thought the
Yeah.
first time. And then later on, there's a minute when somebody gets eliminated that you think is the front runner, and then they're gone, and you're like, shit's getting real.
That happened to
Getting
you?
Real. No, but I felt that way. You know what I mean? I imagine that. Now, Jane has missed theatrics, thinking she knows what everybody's thinking about her, obviously, because she's, psychic on this point too. Do you think that's helping her, or do you think that's making her less likable?
I think it probably makes her less likable, but also at the same time, what people think. So
That too. I mean, if you get into your head, you really start losing your mind.
and that was the thing I think also like coming from a background where we would do competitions and pageants and like that, it was like you really learn that like no matter even if it's your best day,
Yeah.
somebody might have a better day than you. It's not about if you did bad or not.
Right.
And so you have to have the mentality that anything could happen for me here. And when they say that anybody could go home, you have to always remember that that could be anybody, babe.
Ain't that
Anybody.
true? Okay, let's get into the episode. It's a new day in the workroom, and Ru shows up to announce this week's mini challenge, a drag puppet bitch session. Yay!
Fraggle Rock.
Yes. Do you like puppets?
Sometimes. Only when I'm the puppet.
Oh yeah, like I your ass. Yeah. Yeah.
Marionette, bitch.
Oh, all right. Didn't she lose her head? Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette.
Different setup. Different setup. Yes.
She had a
So
stick in
you're
her
not-
ass too.
Do you remember your little puppet from your season?
I do. Mine was kind of cute.
So it obviously didn't look like you then. Right?
Bitch.
curious.
I was cuter then.
You were cuter.
That was
How many
that one
years? How many
episode.
years ago was it?
This is crazy. It's almost 6 years since I won Drag Race.
How is that possible?
That's almost a decade.
Well, it's been 4 years since my season, and it's wild.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, you have not aged well.
And you won't either after this episode. 'Cause I'm gonna kill you, bitch.
you won't age well in that dirt.
Ship you back to Vegas.
Let's look at your skin now, girl, when it's full of worms.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Death.
Oh yeah, that.
And decay.
That.
Speaking of decay, dead teeth.
What was the question before this? See, here I was, all excited. They brought the puppets back, and it was the worst puppet show ever. What was the deal?
Even children would have laughed. What's that old Miss Merriweather, that old mean-ass bitch off of Mr. Rogers.
Okay, what's bothering me, Lady Elaine.
Lady
That's her
Elaine.
name. And why are you pointing at me when you like that old nasty bitch with a finger in her ass? Why were you
Because
looking...
you remember your old name when you used to work Lady Elaine.
Honey, if I could have stayed a puppet, it'd be a hell of a lot cheaper than doing this bullshit.
Let's
Lady
mug
Elaine,
work.
what's her name? Lady
Lady
Elaine.
Elaine.
Yes, on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
She was
yes.
not a lady.
No, she was rough around. Yeah,
Yeah.
that face was pretty rough.
She had my nose.
Your nose with the rest of my face, which is really sad. Well, to sum it up, nobody was funny and nobody wins. Best part about it is that the crew got to split the $2,500.
Queen.
Congratulations, crew, because you can't do anything without a crew. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, moving on. Ru announces that this week's Maxi Challenge is an improv challenge. Yes, that's right. The queens will have to say yes and while being annoying white women in Karen's Gone Wild. Have you ever experienced a real Karen in real life?
Yes.
You have. Spill it.
I'm a black person. No. Surprise, surprise. And I have been harassed before
What happened?
by a Karen at a TJ Maxx.
Okay.
Checking out, and then Karen, she asked me, "Did you pay for everything in here?" When I was like getting ready, like leaving the register, and I'm like, I paid for everything that's here, and she was like, "Well, security was looking over at you," and I'm like, "Well,
Wait.
security could be looking at me for any reason. You're not security."
This is not an employee. This
No,
is just
this
a woman behind you.
However, I am leaving the store is none of your business. If I was stealing everything, maybe I got kids at home who
Right.
need this new Jordan shirt or
that's
these
what you
new
bought?
Nike tennis shoes.
So what'd you do to this woman?
Screamed at her a little bit, but you know what, this is the thing.
Yes.
With a Karen, in most situations, as the black woman I am,
Yes.
you often cannot win.
You think you can't win, even if you are right. I mean, I think just calling out a person's got to give you some personal satisfaction.
Not really.
No, truthfully, just tell
I
us
want-
a bitch, mind your business.
Or I should have, this is the thing, I should have flipped it on. I should have, I want the manager.
There you go. There you go. That would have
But
changed
I'm not
the
a
game.
white woman, so I didn't think like that.
See, you would have been much better in this challenge than a lot of the queens, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Is there a name for a black woman that's a Karen?
There couldn't be.
Exactly.
There couldn't be, because black women,
right.
they created Karen.
No, they didn't. I think that they're right. I think that the Karens, the white Karens, think that they're right, and then they try to act like a strong black woman who's saying, I know what my rights. I know what's going on.
This is the thing. You
Tell me.
don't know the difference between, you think you're taking space.
Right?
But you're taking somebody else's space.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
know what you mean.
it.
Actually, I don't know what she means, but we're gonna leave it at that because.
No, but I don't know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Why should I? Who cares?
No one.
Next question.
Yes. All right. You won.
Judge! I object!
Now you won your improv challenge with look over there, look over there, look
Look
over
around
there.
right now.
Have you ever taken a improv class?
No, I have not.
You have not.
No, it's much like Darlene in the Rose. When you face a very difficult barrier in your life, you
Yeah.
have options, right?
Right.
You can roll around in the mess you've made, or you can get up and wipe that off of you and try something new.
Why did I get like a scat reference while you were talking about that? I mean, it
I mean,
just
you
seemed
could.
like-
Well, people like scat. I don't.
No, I don't like scat.
I don't
Not
like
into
scat
that.
anymore.
No.
Not
Anymore?
No.
What happened?
I used to pretend to be into it for, you know, I'm just kidding. I'm
No.
just kidding.
Improv!
Pretending to be to be into scat for trade is crazy.
Oh no! Oh my God!
Whatever you say, Daddy.
That was so good. That was the shit. Now, who are you most concerned about this challenge?
Okay, in this challenge right now, I'm a little nervous for Juicy.
Everybody's
I'm
nervous for Juicy.
Juicy.
This might be the moment for her to really shine because she's not bombarded with her family members
Yes.
there, and she's actually kind of free to do whatever she needs to do. I think she's naturally kind of funny. I think the quirkiness and the I don't know what's going on isn't that annoying.
Yeah. Now that, like you said, her family is gone.
Yeah, she's growing.
Some of the girls are gone. Now she's growing.
She's growing.
She'll be like 7 before you know it.
Yes. The queens are prepping their cringy white women, and we learn that Jane's Karen is going to visit an old rock formation in Palm Springs, California.
That's funny.
Why?
She was probably talking about you, bitch.
Did
You have a
catch-
great home.
Okay, shut up. Did you catch the...
But you do have a nice house out there.
Thanks. I'm an
Brick.
old rock formation.
Brick. Rick!
Let's change the subject. Now, did you catch that part where Darlene was talking about Juicy? And she says she hasn't unlocked that thing that sets her out to do her best. She hasn't unlocked the thing that sets her out to do her best. Now, it sounds endearing, but it sounds like you ain't got no talent and you ain't unleashed.
It's like when your grandfather's like, wow, that's a nice boyfriend. He's a guy. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, kind of.
I was going somewhere with that, and then when you
I knew you were. I thought. She's gotta say she hasn't unleashed.
she technically is giving, you said you've not done your best because you haven't unlocked the thing that can unlock you to do your best. You've never gotten there.
I was kind of shocked that Darlene said it because it was like a backhanded
Yeah.
compliment on some level.
And I don't like being backhanded.
You don't.
No.
You like the front of the hand?
Yeah. Softer as a caress. You freaky bitch.
All right, Ru shows up to give these queens a pep talk and suggests that they build their Karen off someone in their own life. Ru even mentions his sister as being somebody that she considers a Karen. Who would your Karen be inspired by?
Oh, okay. Who would my Karen be inspired by?
Like, who's the most annoying person, self-righteous person who thinks they know
Yeah.
everything in your business?
This is gonna gag you, right? Because people forget that there are some white women who work jobs too, right? And those women who work those jobs can be a Karen at their job. That would be me. Instead of being the Karen who's late to the airport,
Okay,
I want to be the Karen working at the airport.
Okay, hold on a second. But you can't be a Karen if you're working, because that means you're just doing your job. If you're a Karen at your job, then you're a professional.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It's the giving. Is this you on this ID?
You think that's Karen behavior.
Yeah.
Now, if you looked at it professionally, you would say this doesn't look like you. You've had that happen at the airport,
Yeah.
where someone's looking at the photo and going,
And I'm like, girl, this is some bull. You saw me on Drag Race. You're just trying to give me a hard time.
Well, if they
Ease
didn't
up.
see you on Drag Race, they definitely saw you at TJ Maxx. But I don't understand. You can't be a Karen at the job.
If you worked in a call center that there's not a Karen at the office who works there.
Okay,
ooh,
okay,
hello.
but that's for the other employees to call her a Karen. But the thing is that normally a woman at the job, that's white, that's problematic, is just doing her job.
I'm gonna go. I bet you give everybody who works here a hard time.
Well, that too, but that's not gonna earn you any points because you need the service of the Karen.
Okay, but then at that point, am I the Karen then?
Yes!
Oh my God.
Yes!
That
Yes!
unlocks something. Oh my, I probably have been a Karen.
There you go. It's time for the queens to give their best insufferable bitch with Karen's Gone Wild. Up first, it's Juicy with Parking Spot Karen.
I know this woman.
You know her.
I know this woman.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna fight with her.
See, I'm not getting Karen, I'm getting prostitute. I'm getting bitch on the street. I'm gonna give her
Hooker.
high points for the discount
Hooker.
because she came over that railing. I thought, boop, 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 that's good. I wasn't feeling Karenified, but I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah, I didn't feel like it was a Karen. I felt it was more of like a woman standing her ground. Or,
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like a woman who might be able to fight.
I thought there was a missed opportunity though when Ru opened the door that she didn't fly
I
to
would
the
have
door.
flew to the ground. Oh yes. The one thing about a Karen, no matter what, any action feels major to them.
Oh, of course.
Even when Ru is like making insults, you have to really like take it so personal.
Of course. It's violating my life.
It's
How
violating
dare
my
you?
I have kids.
Exactly. I have a lawyer.
I have a husband. I shop at this TJ Maxx because I live in this neighborhood.
TJ Maxx. Back to the TJ
I
Maxx.
live around here. Where are you from? Do you live in this neighborhood? What kind of car do you have
Have you ever
outside?
asked anybody, do you live in this neighborhood? Have you ever? I've never done that. Like, I could never be a Jehovah's Witness because I don't like knocking on people's doors.
I do.
You do? You knock on
and
doors.
then I go before they answer. She's like, oh, my DoorDash. Psych. 3 minutes away.
Bitch, you're
You'll
gonna-
eat eventually. Also, did you know I could do a really good roulade? Not right now.
Oh, okay. Now, next up is Darlene Mitchell, and she is the shoplifting Karen. What did you think about Darlene shoplifting?
And let me tell you this, I love her eyeshadow #1. The blue is intense.
Okay.
And I'll tell you this too.
Yes.
I don't know why she stole that cup. Some of those things she was shoplifting, she should have left back on the shelf.
Really?
Yeah.
It's almost as though you're talking about people that steal things that don't belong to them. Perhaps. Let me just set this. Yeah, I saw you look at that. Yeah, because you stole. Yeah.
Hey, Karen, let it go.
If they don't have RuPaul
Let me
cups
tell you
at
this.
TJ Maxx, bitch.
These cups are literally falling out of your ass.
We
You
brought a
have enough-
second one just for you.
And
That's
I'm
the
taking this
emergency
one,
cup.
too.
Look at the font on that one. That's slightly smeared. That's why that one can't be. Look at this.
I thought it just said Paul.
Yeah, it's a discount.
I had to read the. I'm
like
like
TJ
Paul's.
Maxx, it's half off. It just says Paul's race.
Paul's race.
I thought she was fun. Once again, didn't come across as a Karen for me. It seemed like a sweet old lady that was kind of clueless in the store.
It gave your grandma that might take things.
Yes,
And you're
yes.
like, oh, don't look. She's not supposed to be out the house.
Right,
Let's
completely.
get her back home.
Just going, that'll do, that'll do, that'll do.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah, that'll do.
That'll do. That'll do.
What I thought was interesting about Darlene is that she actually leaves with the plunger but comes back for the chips. Did you notice that?
Well, because she wouldn't need anything to plunge if she didn't. She said, wait, took this plunger, I better get something to take. Push it down.
Oh my God. Next, it's Mikey Meeks with the most
Yes.
dangerous thing on the road, traffic stop Karen.
Mikey was wild. And
Yeah. First of all, very good Karen hairdo. That hairdo and the use of the window, the fact that the back was opening, all that was happening. I thought, you know what, that's very Karen-like.
when they mentioned Kate Gosling for the bob,
Yep.
also,
Yes.
let's be very clear. Mikey literally is from Florida.
Yeah.
She's done her research.
She knows.
is out there with Karens. Even if she's not been a victim of a Karen, she's been in a TJ Maxx with a Karen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. When she said that in this state you need to tone down your attitude,
Yeah.
I thought that's very Karen-like. I mean, we were approaching Karen because she gave us bitchiness, she gave us victim, and then of course she fell into the coma, which is always entertaining.
Always.
I thought that was a very well-rounded Karen.
And
in the
I
moment.
liked that specifically too. I like that she was like, it was giving aloof to the fact that she was like, I don't know why you're
approaching
me.
Yeah, insulting.
like
Yeah.
I'm confused, like always constantly confused about what is happening.
But that's
in
a
the moment.
Karen. They're confused by your actions, never their own. Because
And that's what you've been
They're
saying
right.
about me today on this podcast.
No, it's
this
a
isn't a
podcast.
podcast.
It's visual. Yeah.
Is this visual?
There's a camera.
I should have put on better clothes.
No, that's your camera right there. Yes.
Hi, people. Wow. I gotta call my mom. I'm gonna be on TV. She's-
Next up, it's Jane Doe with her late for flight Karen. What did you think of Jane's performance?
I thought her Karen was interesting. I think when
Okay, that's never a good word.
yeah.
Interesting. What do
I
you
feel
mean,
like
interesting?
when I watched when they were going through the room and they were talking about their Karens,
Yeah.
and she went. One thing that she noticed in all the Karen videos is that the Karen spiral out of control, and she said, "I'm trying to give a different perspective on a Karen," and then I'm like, "But if you notice every video is a Karen spiraling out of control,
Right.
That is what they do.
That's what they're expecting.
That's what they're looking for.
Not that I necessarily agreed with a different take on a Karen.
Yeah.
I thought she would have delivered a little more.
A little more, at least more jokes,
Right.
more. I feel like more, and also would have been more flexible.
Right. You
A
think
little bit
she's
more
in her
flexible.
head?
She is getting in her head because she has been doing a great job. She has been doing amazing. Statistically, it even shows. But
Yeah.
and I feel like the more you, the farther you go, the harder you're working, the more that's on the line, and especially when you're doing well, you don't want to like fall out of that lead. And she was just in the bottom last week, so.
The cracks are showing. The cracks are showing. I mean, we
I know a
both
person.
said when we were watching it, the one thing a Karen always does is ask for a manager. She didn't ask for a supervisor. She didn't ask for a manager. I mean, here was her moment.
A higher up.
Higher up.
To a Karen, you are nobody. Get me to somebody who can help me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so, I also across the board, I really noticed not a lot of people asking
Yeah.
for a manager.
Yeah, they
that is a telltale Karen. Even if she is the manager.
Oh, of course.
Because you can have a Karen at your job. I don't care what this lady's saying.
No, I'm saying you can have a
My
Karen.
old
at the
manager
job.
was a Karen.
Okay, but listen, but that's okay. But the Karen is usually a professional person. They're not
Okay.
professional and Karen ain't the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you could disagree.
What
You
if
got
they're just a
bitch.
mom? That's
you got
a profession.
bitch at work. You got a bitch at work. You got that hoe at work. You got that mother at
A
work.
bitch ass coworker.
That's it. But they're not usually a Karen. Now, in their own time, they can be a Karen. But I think at work, they just a bitch ass.
Just a
mother.
bad bitch. Okay.
We got a couple of them around here.
Ooh, okay, point them out.
They ain't getting no 2,500 doula.
Ooh, okay, point them out.
You can see them on.
Point
that
to
bitch
which
right
camera,
there.
okay.
Look, that bitch right there.
Okay,
That's
damn,
the
okay.
camera.
He
That's
looks
the
oh, hey.
makes me look ugly.
Hey, nice. Hey,
He makes me look ugly by turning on the camera.
baby. You know,
this was a
you know what they
podcast.
say? That camera adds three new faces.
Well, I hope it's a pretty
Neither one of them you'll like.
Shut up, bitch. Finally, it's Nene Coco's time with HOA Karen. Now, what are your thoughts on this? I know we both screamed it's Alyssa Edwards. I don't know what it was. It was
the-
all of this indicating with the fingers and the
The dramatics.
The dramatics of it came in strong, which
Yeah.
she's always accused of. But I kind of thought, you know what? That's very Karen. The hair was very Karen. The demeanor was very Karen.
I thought it was really great. I think, like the same way you said, she came in very strong. I think with a Karen too, there is always this fake nice thing at first.
Right.
Where they think you don't know that they're a Karen.
Right, and
they're
they turn
trying
on
to,
you.
yeah. So I think in that instance when she knocked on the door, it could have given a little bit more of that like, hi, I'm just.
But to be fair, I was excited by it because I'm
Yeah.
like, finally, somebody's acting like the we know Karens to be.
T. But then
Yeah.
she had nowhere else to go.
She did. She could have been a little more official in the business of
Yeah.
it all. You know, threatening. That's the problem with
More,
Karen.
or also more in Rue's face.
Totally.
Because Karens, I tell you, they don't know.
brave.
They take space that is not theirs. I'm like, I'm breathing and you're breathing my air.
Oh, yeah?
We're breathing each other's
I've got a lawyer
air.
that
I've
says you
got a
can't
lawyer.
breathe.
You can't breathe.
See,
Why
yeah,
are you
I'm
breathing?
filming
This
you
is
too.
this neighborhood's air.
Yeah.
You're not even from here.
Yeah.
Spit my air back out.
Yeah,
Give
yeah,
it back
yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
I have a husband.
Uh-huh.
I'm married.
Oh, yeah?
I've got
yeah,
kids. I live
can
here.
film too.
I own this home.
Yeah.
Do you own your house?
Citation.
Fired. She'll call your boss. That's what Karens do.
I like to always tell people whenever somebody pisses me off, I always say, I will send a strongly worded email.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I would do that, but I don't know how to write.
Yet another piece of the puzzle.
It's all unfolding. Sherlock
In your
Holmes.
opinion, who seems to understand the challenge best?
I believe that Mikey is
Mikey's your
understanding
winner.
this challenge the best,
Rolling
yeah.
back, coma.
Rolling back. But also, I was very entertained by Nene. I think
You
the
were?
energy
Okay.
was fun.
And who do you think did the worst?
I don't want to say it was Jay.
Ooh,
I don't want to say it was Jay.
Yeah, we don't think she made the flight or this challenge. Yeah.
Oh,
Back on the main stage, Rue is joined by Michelle Visage and T.S. Madison and actress Julianne Nicholson for this week's Runway. The category is from wholesome to fulsome. First up, we've got Juicy Love Dion.
I feel like, I don't know, it feels kind of really big on her.
Big?
I think.
Okay. Well, before we even get to the look, let me just say this.
Yes.
Wigs. All we've heard online. Wigs. Where are the wigs?
Yeah.
Where are the wigs? If these are the wigs, keep the wigs. Leave Juicy alone, because she does not look good in this type of wig.
That's-
Her head is this big. Look, pea head with that big old wig on. It's not a flat
And it's like also allow artists to know like what they know about themselves.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
she's not a wig head girl. Yeah.
wig head.
What? She's not a wig head girl.
I'm wearing a wig.
What?
No way. You can tell.
Yeah.
Keep slipping up on the ends. I love the
Alice
idea of
in
the
Wonderland.
look. But I feel like the look is I know Alice is known for that like silhouette, but I feel like it feels a little big on her. I think you said like even with the hair it feels like a little oversized. And when she took it off, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Now, literally no shade, the was out. You
No,
know?
the little Cheshire cat, and you know somebody had to tell her this because you know she don't know what Cheshire
Cat.
is.
Cheshire.
But it is a cute look. It does look like it belongs to someone else. It doesn't seem as refined as her other looks.
Yeah.
But not bad, except for the wig. See, it's the opposite of Monet. She's got a tiny face, little wig. Monet got big face, tiny wig.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I never
Next
thought
up-
about it that way.
Yeah. It's interesting.
gonna text
Next, we
Monet.
have Darlene Mitchell. What do you think of Darlene's look here?
I was gagged because I thought it felt very close to Juicy's reference. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay, wow.
Yeah, because apparently
but-
Wholesome is wearing an apron. Yeah.
Well, it's the 50s.
Right.
Wholesome is staying at home with your children while your husband is his secretary.
Sure. What'd you think of this look?
I love piss.
All right, tell me more
It's
about
how
it.
I clean my body. I get toxins out through peeing, but I don't want pee on me. She has pee all around her collar.
Well, she's at Folsom.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, have you been to Folsom?
Not yet.
Okay, so
Have you been to Folsom?
I have not been to Folsom, but I've seen videos from Folsom where it's people
I
get
have.
to express their
All their
sexual.
freaky
Yeah, you say freaky. I say fun.
Fun.
Yeah, fun.
Fun parts of themselves.
Fun parts of themselves.
No,
yes.
I love this look. I feel like the look feels a little small.
But I mean, I think it's true to theme.
It's true to theme.
It's true to theme, and you know, her little outfit.
And then I also feel like I love the fact that like you said, like Folsom is about like being very expressive.
Yes.
And I'm like a little kink vibe.
Yeah.
Speaking of Folsom, represent for all the kinky out there. Hello.
That she's giving it. Neck full of piss. Neck full of piss. Next we have Mikey Meeks. What'd you think of Mikey's
I
little
love this look.
cute, huh? The
I love
rose
this look.
thorn thing.
She looks incredible, and I love when she pulled it off and all the spikes all in the hips. I'm like, what genius, and really thought through.
I think it's a great look. I'm living for this little rose hairdo. I'm living for that. I think it's a great look. I like the little X's on the titties underneath. Well thought out. You totally know exactly what it is.
She's got a whip made out of flowers.
That's it. Next we have Jane Don't. Another look that I enjoy. I do enjoy the wig. I do enjoy the look. You totally are getting the wholesome aspect of it. Kind of like a Christmas Carol approach.
It gave very Charles Dickens.
That's, oh, look at you.
And then it went Charles me.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
See what I did there?
I see what you did there. Yeah.
I couldn't read that book, but I do know his name.
Yeah, I just want to look over there, but yes.
Very,
It's a beautifully executed look. I like the juxtaposition of the hair with this kind of dominatrix look.
also, she looks delicious in that red.
She really does, yeah.
Yeah.
The red looks great, and I usually
Powerful.
don't like redheads in red, but I do enjoy this.
Off with her red head.
Off with the red head. Ooh, she poured that wax on the
Oh
titties.
my God, yes. That kind of got a little sexy.
Was it wax or was it ketchup?
It's probably blood.
You think?
It's probably her own blood.
And finally, we have Nene Coco. What did you think of this Statue of Liberty? Now, I remember, because I'm old enough, when
Yeah.
the Statue of Liberty was actually that color. And then it transitioned into the current sexy Statue of Liberty. What'd you think of it?
I thought interesting take.
Interesting take. Okay, is that a nice way of saying you didn't like it?
I think so.
My issue was with the little avocado titties.
Yeah.
You know, like sliced avocados on each side of it. The placement looked
A
kind of
pair
weird.
of pears.
A pair of pears. Yeah, it was a weird proportionate thing for me.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah. But
But I still love the bitch, so I don't give a
at least it was out the box. She wasn't in a corset like everybody else. So
Right.
kudos to you.
Yeah, she tried
kudos
something.
to
She
you,
tried
darling.
something. She had a concept. Do your I love you, girl.
Right. All right. The queens are back on the main stage and they're hearing the judges' critiques. And T.S. Madison can't stop looking at Darlene's piss shirt. I love it. And we already know you're not into piss, so I'm not even going to entertain that with you.
And not yet.
Oh, you
don't
do
know
love
what
it.
you don't know what I'm into.
Well, you love to get it out of you, but you don't like it on you.
Who knows?
You just said 5 seconds ago. Or am I having a
Well, maybe
stroke?
I've changed my mind.
Okay, so for the record, do you like piss?
No.
You just said no within your mouth, yes.
That's crazy.
And it is crazy.
I think we're gonna have to go with both then.
As long as it's warm.
As long as it doesn't stink, okay?
Okay.
I was like, wow, who ate the asparagus?
Okay.
Oh, I was like, this is the worst Folsom ever. I smell like broccoli.
Now, Rue has made some decisions, and Mikey gets her third win. Congrats, Mikey! Now, tell me, Jaida, do you agree that Mikey was the winner of the show?
Absolutely, yeah, she
I
ate
think
it.
so, too.
This was her week.
I know, it's like we're literally splitting hairs at
Yeah.
this point, and you know what that's like because you've seen your chin. But here in this moment, I'm like, you know what? She was the most consistent and the best delivery of a character.
Yeah.
What do you feel about Juicy and Darlene being safe?
I feel confident in that.
Yeah.
I feel it feels like a right decision.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe in my mind I thought if there would have been a switch between anybody, I thought maybe it could have been Darlene and Nene.
Really?
If it worked out a different way. But I feel
If
like
it all worked out a different way, we wouldn't be here. We'd have real jobs. If it worked out a different way, you wouldn't have
Not
won.
me.
If it worked out this way, you'd be on medication
y'all
and you'd make
hear
some
that?
sense today.
Do you hear this? People have brought this woman here and she's working and she said if she had a real job.
If
What is
it
this,
worked
joke?
out a better way, you wouldn't be at TJ Maxx.
Nah, I ain't gonna argue with you on that.
No, you're not. All right, here we go, Jaida. Rue has made a decision, which is that Nene and Jane are in the bottom. This is Jane's first time in the bottom, which is shocking with the magnificent track record.
Love.
Yeah, what do you think's going through Jane's head right now? It's about to get real. And she's got a lip sync against Nene.
I love when Nene went, this is bad for Jane.
Fighting words.
Bitch, she was
Fighting
like,
words.
and I feel like you have to, and when you get to that lip sync, you kind of have to get in that mentality because like,
Yes.
I'm about to give it everything that I've got.
Yes!
You need to.
Lip sync for your life! For your mother life!
For your life!
Mama.
For your mother life! Bitch! For your prescriptions. That's what's gonna be next.
What?
Lip sync for your medications!
Lip sync for your life insurance!
Lip sync for your rent!
Lip sync for your taxes! Finally, it's time for Jane and Nene to give their best Gaga as they lip sync to Garden of Eden. What do you think? Now, it's tricky because when you hear this kind of song, now, hear me out. The musical theater girls that are usually good at everything, it's a little tricky when it gets to this type of song.
I would have thought, like I told you, I would have thought like maybe what would Grisabella do if she was Lady
a Cats
Gaga
reference.
on
Okay.
Chromatica?
Yes. So if Grisabella from Cats was then forced to do a Gaga song, is what
After
you're
she
saying.
had a training boot camp dancing session with a couple of them with Beyonce.
Okay.
That's where I would have put myself for this lip sync as a Broadway girl.
You know, I would put you in an asylum is where I would put you because that is some freaky and what's disturbing is I knew exactly what you meant.
Real nasty.
Yes, I'm not looking over there. I'm looking
at
right
you. Don't do it too long, you'll turn to stone.
here. Just like that formation in Palm Springs. Frick! Now, what'd you think about that double cartwheel thing that Nene's like, oh.
Bitch, and this is the gag. There's been a lot of moments where the girls, you're like, wow, they do, it's a simultaneous moment,
Yes.
but then bitch, Nene hit the backflip. She
went,
said, girl,
ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
your cartwheel, love.
Ba-da-ba-ba,
So
ba-ba-ba.
my cartwheel right?
My cartwheel.
My cartwheel?
That needs to be on a t-shirt. My cartwheel, right? I agree. Well, Rue has made a decision and Nene Coco stays, which means I can't believe that I'm saying this, and many people are shocked by this, I'm sure, that Jane don't has to sashay away. Talk about a moment. Now, this is the type of television I like to watch.
I'll tell you this.
Please.
If you were gagged, I was gagged, y'all are gagged, but nobody is more gagged than Jane.
This is, well, honey, it shows in that last little interview.
Ooh,
Get gagged. But this is where it gets tricky, is that you can't be mad at the judges that sent you home because those are the same judges who said you were good before. What you gonna do? I gotta say, this is a historic moment because outside of Ben de la Creme, I think this is the only other time where somebody with such a high placement said, I'm out.
Well, Benda said, I'm out.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, but I'm saying
Rue
this
said,
you out.
Yeah. So it's like, and also it's like knowing the show, watching the show, and like, okay, I've racked up a bunch of wins. I'm doing
Yes.
great. The judges love me. The girls love me. I love me.
But Rue
What
said,
could Rue
go
said.
to hell home.
But baby, it just shows that's how hard drag race is not easy. And no matter, and like also again, anybody could have
a bad day.
And not even necessarily the day has to be bad.
Yeah.
Just that sometimes
Slip.
4 other girls could have a better day. You know what I mean?
Well, Jaida, thank you for joining me here at this pit stop for this fabulous improv challenge. But before you go, where should we be looking?
Over there. Or you want my socials?
Yeah, is there anything you'd like to plug?
Oh, okay. My butt.
Maybe we should check your socials.
We should check my socials.
Check your
Find me at Jaida E Hall everywhere in the world, y'all. I am traveling around right now doing my big one. You know me, you love me. Follow me on social medias. You'll keep up with everything that I'm doing. You know, all of that good stuff.
I'm so glad you joined me, and please don't forget your complimentary mug.
Thank you.
You are so welcome.
Can I keep the tea too?
Yeah, sure.
Ready?
No, listen, wait, before you go. Who are you rooting for with these 4 queens left?
Oh my God, Mikey.
Mikey is your
I
winner.
think Mikey, what do you think?
I
You know what? I don't care what you think. I think it's Mikey.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. I'm Bianca Del Rio, and I will see you next week for another episode of The Pit Stop right here on RuPaul's Drag Race YouTube channel. Let me know in the comments if you think Corey King has figured out what DEI means since last week. Bye! It says something about a Karen and a window. I'm gonna talk to the crack. I thought it was brilliant.
The whispering through the crack was crazy as hell.
Have you whispered to a crack before?
I shout at cracks.
You do. What do you say to cracks?
Open up!
Good to know. Good to know.
Tiny object coming through.
Is this during sex?
Now when you put it together, I've never thought about it that way.
That's what I was indicating.
But now I think they've been insulting me. And by they, I mean me.
Hey there, it's Michelle Visage. Do you say yay for gay? Well then join me and subscribe to RuPaul's Drag Race YouTube channel.